The sun is already climbing. You survived waking up. Congratulations! That was the easy part. Now you have to earn tomorrow. Nobody around you seems to be in a hurry, but everyone is moving with purpose. Nobody asks what the plan is. Nobody needs to. This morning looks almost identical to yesterday morning. That's because survival isn't built on excitement. It's built on routine. The fire is checked first. Someone adds dry wood before the flames begin shrinking. Another person quietly inspects the spears leaning against a fallen log. Children begin gathering small branches without being asked. Everyone already knows what needs doing, and now, so do you. Your stomach growls. Not dramatically, just enough to remind you that you haven't eaten since yesterday. Modern hunger is an inconvenience. Stone Age hunger is simply information. It doesn't mean panic. It means today's work has begun. No breakfast appears. No coffee. No refrigerator waiting 20 feet away. If you want calories today, you have to go find them. That's the first challenge: food. Imagine waking up every morning without knowing whether you'll eat before sunset. That wasn't unusual. That was life. Hunter-gatherers didn't have guaranteed meals. Some days were generous. Others were brutally disappointing. Your body evolved for exactly this uncertainty. That's why it stores extra energy so eagerly. Not because evolution expected supermarkets, because evolution expected empty days. The group begins moving. You follow. Leaving camp feels strangely dangerous. The fire disappears behind the trees. Its smoke becomes smaller and smaller until it's gone. Now you're exposed. The landscape stretches endlessly around you. Open grassland, scattered trees, small rivers winding through the earth. Beautiful, and full of things trying to survive just like you. Some of those things eat plants. Some eat meat. Some eat anything they can catch, including humans. As you walk, nobody wastes energy. That's another lesson modern life almost erased. Energy is precious. Every unnecessary step costs calories. Every unnecessary sprint burns tomorrow's food. Ancient humans weren't constantly running. They walked, efficiently, patiently. They understood something athletes still talk about today: endurance beats intensity. Your species became famous for covering enormous distances without exhausting itself. While faster predators rested in the heat, humans kept walking, hour after hour. Eventually, the group slows. One woman kneels beside a cluster of plants. She doesn't grab them immediately. She studies them first: leaves, roots, stems. She knows exactly what she's looking at. You don't. To you, every plant looks edible. To her, some are lunch, others are poison. Knowledge weighs nothing. But it may be the most valuable thing your species has ever carried. Children watch carefully. Nobody opens a textbook. Nobody gives a lecture. Learning happens through watching. Again, and again, and again. One mistake with the wrong berry is remembered forever, if you're lucky enough to survive it. Meanwhile, several hunters quietly move ahead. No shouting, no dramatic battle music. Real hunting is mostly waiting. Looking, listening, reading tiny clues left by animals that passed hours ago. A broken branch, fresh footprints, dung that's still warm, flattened grass. To you, it's random. To them, it's a conversation. Every track tells a story. How many animals passed, how fast they were moving, whether they were relaxed or frightened. Ancient humans became extraordinary readers of landscapes because landscapes were their survival manual. Hours pass. The sun climbs higher. Your throat becomes dry. Fortunately, water isn't difficult to find today. A narrow stream cuts through the valley. But here's something interesting. Nobody rushes toward it. They stop. Look, listen. The water moves quickly. That's good. Flowing water is generally safer than stagnant pools. Still, nothing is guaranteed. Parasites existed long before civilization. So did dangerous animals waiting beneath calm surfaces. Experience always arrives before confidence. You kneel. The water is cold enough to make your hands ache. You drink. For a moment, life feels easy. Then you remember. Water isn't food. The hunt continues. Around midday, excitement spreads quietly through the group. Someone found tracks. Fresh ones. Everyone gathers. You expect immediate action. Instead, everyone waits. Why? Because rushing ruins hunts. Ancient humans succeeded through cooperation. One person notices movement, another predicts direction, another prepares an ambush. Nobody is trying to be the hero. Heroes die surprisingly often. Teams survive. That's one of humanity's greatest evolutionary advantages. Not intelligence alone, shared intelligence. 20 brains solving one problem together. The animal eventually appears. Not huge, not terrifying, just enough meat to matter. Nobody celebrates yet. The hunt still has to succeed. The group spreads naturally, almost without speaking. Years of practice, years of trust. Then everything happens at once. People move, spears fly, the animal bolts. Several hunters chase, not recklessly, methodically. They know something most predators don't. Eventually, everything gets tired. Humans are persistence hunters. We're astonishingly good at refusing to quit. Sometimes the hunt succeeds. Sometimes it doesn't. Today, it does. Relief spreads more than excitement. Food means another day, another sunrise, another chance. Nothing gets wasted. Meat, hide, bones, tendons. Everything has value. Waste belongs to civilizations rich enough to afford it. The afternoon slowly slips away. The light begins changing. Nobody needs a clock. The sun tells everyone it's time. Immediately, priorities shift. Finding more food no longer matters. Getting home does. Because darkness belongs to something else. Every experienced person here knows one simple rule. Never let night catch you far from camp. The walk back feels faster. Children stay closer together. Adults scan constantly. Shadows grow longer. Birdsong slowly fades. Different sounds replace it, ones you'd rather not investigate. Finally, smoke appears between the trees. Home. The fire never went out. Someone stayed behind protecting it. Keeping fire alive is far easier than making another. Wood is added, fresh meat is prepared, fat begins dripping into glowing coals. The smell fills the camp. If you've never been truly hungry, it's difficult to imagine how extraordinary that smell would feel. Everyone eats together, not because it's polite, because sharing is survival. A hunter who fails today may succeed tomorrow. Generosity isn't charity, it's insurance. One successful hunt feeds everyone. Everyone helps raise every child. Everyone protects every elder. Your greatest resource isn't the meat. It's the people sitting beside you. As darkness settles over the landscape, the camp changes. Conversations grow louder. Children laugh. Someone begins telling a story, not for entertainment alone. Stories carry knowledge. Stories teach danger. Stories preserve memory. Long before books existed, stories were civilization. You stare into the flames. The fire lights every face around you. Beyond that circle, complete darkness. Somewhere beyond the trees, eyes are watching. Hyenas, leopards, lions, wolves, depending on where and when you are. They've all begun their day. You can hear distant calls echoing through the night. Nobody panics. Nobody runs. The fire has protected humans for hundreds of thousands of years. Not perfectly, but remarkably well. Still, nobody sleeps yet. First, everyone makes sure tomorrow is possible. More wood is stacked. Tools are inspected. Embers are protected. Children settle beside their parents. Slowly, one by one. People lie down around the warmth. You survived your first full day. You found water, you found food, you returned before darkness, you learned the most important lesson of all. Survival wasn't about being the strongest person in the Stone Age. It was about becoming someone the group could depend on. But don't get too comfortable, because daylight has rules. Night has different ones. And tomorrow, you'll discover where ancient humans actually slept before they ever built houses.